Good morning and a very warm welcome to our live webinar Wine Pump here from the Vogelsang showroom in Germany. My name is Yannick Thorbecke, Product Manager Pump Technology, and I'm glad to welcome our product expert for the Wine Pump today, Claudio.
Thank you, Yannick. Hello, everyone. My name is Claudio. I come from Italy, and I'm a winemaker and a wine specialist in Vogelsang, Italy.
Thank you very much. We both will guide you through the presentation and the webinar today. Before we start with all the important points for you at home, first of all, please make sure that your microphone is muted during the presentation. And if there are some questions, feel free to text the questions in the chat. We will answer the questions at the end of the webinar. And no worries, we have time enough to answer all your questions at the end. So at that case, thank you very much again for joining in, and let's have a look at our wine pump from Vogelsang, Italy. The next 45 minutes will be about some basic facts about pumps and wine industry, followed by technology features of our own wine pump in the brand Vogelsang. And of course, we're here in the showroom. We will do some live demonstration that you can have a look how the pump behaves in the real world. And at the end, we will guide through some applications in wine production to get some information where we can use our pump and what to look at during the use of the pump in the wine production. First of all, facts of wine pumps in the wine industry. And therefore, Claudio, I would like to ask you, what is important about handling pumps in wine industry in general?
Yes, this is a good question. Normally, because before we chose the pump in a wine industry, we need the different. We know the application of our pump in the winery. It's important to consider the different type of liquid, like grapes, destemmed, must, wine. Of course, it's important when we need to transfer the wine in other place to consider the distance, everything. It's important of the speed of the transfer. In literature, we have the important segment. Normally, we push the wine in a 0.1, 0.3 meters second. It's too important for the quality of wine, of course.
Okay.
And it's really important the pulsation during the transfer, and it's important for the quality of wine. And in the end, but it's really important, the energy efficient.
Of course, like always today.
Yeah.
So most important points are that we have to look at the application,
yeah,
to use the perfect pump, and of course to handle the medium as slow as possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
To ensure that the quality of the wine is still good.
Yeah.
Okay, so some basic facts at the beginning. Of course, there is a solution from Vogelsang. Let's have a look at the solution. Some teaser and product video of our new wine pump.
Vogelsang, leading in technology.
What a great video here about our wine pump, and what a great product. We will have a look at all the technology and the features in the next slides, and be excited afterwards. We will have a look at the pump here next to us. So during the presentation, during the video, we saw some features of the pump. Claudio, what is so special about our wine pump?
Yes, in our pump, it's important. In the WinePump, we have a cart, we have a trolley. We can move the pump wherever in different applications in the winery. We have a remote control, if important, when we fill the tank, and we control the top of the tank during the transfer. Of course, we have a big control panel with touch screen in our pump, and as well we can use the app for smartphone.
Okay. So we can use a remote control.
Remote control with the app application in a smartphone. We control the pump wherever we are in the winery. Yeah. And we have the butterfly valve with the electric actuator and the digital pressure. We control the pressure during the transfer, during the racking of wine. And in our pump, we find the electromagnetic flow meter like optional in our pump.
So the basic version of the wine pump comes mounted on the cart with a remote control, with the screen and the control panels, the application, the valves and all that. So the only option, or all is equipped, and we have the option to get the flow meter on top of that. Okay, really good. So as you of course may know, or what you can see here on the slide, wine pump means VY series from Vogelsang. So it is a VY series mounted on a cart, equipped with the controls and the panels, and a nice optical cover to make the whole pump portfolio completed. Let's have a look at the VY series again to refresh the information about our VY series. In comparison to the VX series, we have a one-piece housing instead of the two segments at the VX series. What is important to know about the VY series and the one-piece housing? Here is some summary on the slide. So, because of the one-piece housing, we have tighter tolerances, what leads to smaller gaps. So, in general, we can increase the efficiency during the pumping process with our VY series. Furthermore, we use O-rings instead of paper gaskets, so way better sealing. In that case, it is a real technical sealing in that case. It is a flow-optimized housing. The inlet and the outlet and the whole housing itself is flow optimized. So again, better efficiency. And of course, we have the possibility to get the stainless steel option here, what is also important in wine, of course.
Yes, of course.
It is, of course, standard.
It's important, we have the all components. It's important for the food. It's not food grade, but in the wine, it's important the quality and the stainless steel. It's really important for the quality of wine, the cleaning of the body.
Of course, in food applications, stainless steel is important, and we'll have it here in our VY series. And at the end of the day, of course, axial and radial wear plates are available if necessary, if there is higher wear, but if not, they're only optional. So the VY series, the perfect pump to handle here inside the wine pump. And I think lots of technical, theoretically information. Let's have a look at the pump here in our showroom. Claudio. Okay, so what you can see here at the screen is our wine pump here in the middle between both of us. The whole pump is mounted with the stainless steel frame. Here at the beginning we have the VY at the bottom we have the VY series, and we have two barrels here in that case to make sure that we can show some pumping during the presentation. So Claudio, I would ask you to show some options that we have here. What I already understood here, if we have a look at the screen, is that this is the home button or the home mode where we have 8 different modes to choose.
Yeah.
So let's have a look inside a few modes. For example, let's start with the first one, manual start and stop. What is that?
Yeah, it's the manual start and stop. It's we control the pump in. It's not important in which direction. We can choose the direction. For example, in the left side, we just push the screen and the pump starting. Okay. It's the same in the right.
So we
right
have the two directions.
Yeah.
Here in that direction, here the reverse direction,
Yeah.
and we can stop it here with the off button. And what I already saw is that the lobes are rotating
Yeah.
when we start
Yes.
the pump.
You have the arrows to give the direction when it start, for example. You know?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
The green. Okay. And here we can move the speed of the pump.
Ah, okay. So that is like a VFD inside.
Yeah.
We can
Yes.
control the
We
speed.
control the motor, we control the speed, control everything during the transfer.
Okay.
And we can move it very fast or very slowly with the push.
Ah. It will always start here on the left side, so with
Yeah.
minimum
The
speed.
minimum speed. It's like a controller.
Okay. So just one more question to this mode. Here at the right side of the screen, we have some buttons for remote control.
Yeah.
Could you explain how that works?
Yeah, it's really simple. You can push and switch on the button.
And that is the remote control?
It's the, yeah.
Okay. So is it already connected, or what do I
No,
have to do?
You need to push this button.
Mhm.
And now
When the light is green, it is on?
Yeah.
Okay. And right now I can handle the whole thing that I can handle on the screen with my remote control.
Yeah, just the direction and the speed.
So I can start by pushing
Yeah.
the remote
Yeah.
and can stop right
Stop.
here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
We
same
have,
functions.
The wire like a 300 meter.
200 meter.
Yeah.
That should be enough for all
Yeah.
the wine.
In the winery, enough.
Okay, so we have the option to do that with remote control, as Claudio already mentioned, and we can do it directly here on the screen, equipped in a standard with all pumps that are delivered.
Of course, when we control with the remote control, but we don't. Anybody can touch the screen and then change the direction. We just control from remote.
Okay,
control.
so we have the option to do it either by remote or we
Yeah.
cannot handle both, of course.
When we switch off, for example, we
Yeah.
have again the direction in.
Really good. Okay, that was the remote control.
Yeah.
What you told me is that there is an application.
Yeah, we have.
Can we have a look at that?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So have a look at the screen here. Of course, instead of using the remote control, there is an application for iOS and Android available where we can just have a look at. And what you can see is that the screen and the phone have the same background. So we only have the phone equipped to the phone screen equipped to the phone, so that we can handle it from the screen or even by application.
Application.
Is it possible from 1 or 2 kilometers away with the application?
It depends. It
is
depends on the
connected by Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, really good. So in that case, we have 3 different options. What Claudio already mentioned, we can handle the pump directly at the controls with the remote control or smartphone application. So a use for everybody.
Yeah.
Really good. That was the manual start and stop mode. We have 7 more. Can we have a look at a different one?
Yeah, we have, for example, the second one option.
Yeah.
Start and stop in work mode. For example, this is really important during the maceration or fermentation of wine, because we can do automatic pumping over. Like we take off the juice from the bottom and we push on the top of the tank. We can choose how many cycle we want to do per day,
Okay.
and how long the pause. It's really important for extraction, control the color of wine. It's really important, and the pump working alone, and it can do everything alone.
Okay, so if we have a look at the screen again, we can see that we can implement different cycles that the pump will do automatically. And we have the options to insert pause time and working time. So it's like a small programming of the pump. And what you can see there at home, it is super useful, user-friendly in that case. You can easily type all the things here. You don't need some knowledge. You can just type in the numbers that you need for your specific application. Really good. So what I understood is that I can go back here with the home button and can choose a different one. So what is the flow meter mode?
Flow meter mode. It's like a function when we want to transfer, for example, a quantity of wine in other tank, for example, during the blending of different wine, we can choose exactly the quantity that we want use for the blending.
So
Just
right
set,
here
yeah.
we can insert 100 or 200 liters,
Yeah, for
and the
example.
pump will automatically stop.
Yeah.
That is only possible with the optional flow meter, or is it okay?
Is it optional?
Yeah?
Yeah.
But could we do it with the standard version, or do we need the optional flow
Or would
meter?
you need an option?
Okay, so the flow meter mode is only available, of course, if we have the optional flow meter equipped inside. So again, you can easily type that in. Let's have a look at the home button again.
Yeah.
I think there are lots of more interesting modes here. I think in all of them you can just handle some different information like pressure or suction.
Yeah.
I saw barrel filling. And of course, I would like to show the people at
Yeah, we
home
have the
something
barrel.
interesting.
Okay.
So in that case, we have 2 barrels here, what you can see,
Yeah.
and we have the automatic barrel filling. Could you explain how that works?
Yeah. Just push the button. We have a gun, automatic gun, when the barrel is filling.
So that
Everything
is the device here?
Yeah, it's stopped automatically.
Okay.
Okay. We just move the gun, and the pump started automatically. This is the other barrel just in this barrel. We just push the gun, and the pump start automatically.
Okay.
We can just setting the pressure of work.
Okay, fine. So we will have a look at the barrel here at the beginning of the process. So what you can see here is the water level that we have inside. So the barrel is mostly half full. We will have a look at it 30 seconds later, what will happen to it. And Claudio, can you explain what we can see in the flow meter?
Yeah, it's really important in this side. We want to check in the glasses. We don't have any bubble.
Okay.
So it means no oxygen, no oxidation of wine. And so this is mean quality of pushing of.
So a really smooth running and pumping
Yeah.
of the medium.
Yeah.
Really good. So let's have a look again at the barrel, if there's already something happen. What we can already see is that the water level is already roughly 1/4 left. And when we wait for some additional seconds, the pumping process will stop automatically.
Yeah.
Because when we have a look at the whole thing here, this barrel is mostly full, what we can see here.
Yeah.
So in that case, that will stop automatically
Yeah.
in a few seconds. And then we have fully transferred the first barrel, medium, into the second one. Totally automatic.
Yeah.
So should be happen in a second in that case. Here it is. So really nice function principle. The automatic barrel filling obviously working for you at home.
Yeah.
So in that case, we have 8 different modes where you can control like pressures, the amount of medium that you will like to pump, and all that stuff. So really nice live demonstration here. And I think for all of you at home, that was really special. So to see the pump operating here live with the user-friendly screen here, really helpful, and it is equipped in the standard. So thank you very much, Claudio, for the presentation.
You're welcome.
And we will go back to the presentation. Of course, if you have some questions afterwards and would like to see some more demonstrations, feel free to put that in the chat, and we will have a look at it later. So we already saw the features and the advantages that we have with our pump. We saw the live demonstration, and we understood what our wine pump can do. So in that case, I would like to show some applications for all of you at home in different countries where we can use this pump. So what we will do in the next following minutes will be that we will have a look at this wine production graph, where we have the full production scheme attached. And we will go through this diagram step by step and have a look at the different application steps. And Claudio, I would like to ask you to explain what the process step is and why our product is so good. So the first application in wine production will be the reception of the grapes.
Yes.
What is important there?
This is really important because in reception of grapes, we have the juice, but we have as well the skin and the seeds, the totally acid from the grapes. In this case, we use the screw with the upper, they push inside our pump, and we push the grapes and the juice wherever we want, for example, in the press or directly in the tank. The pushing is a very constant pressure.
Okay.
We have very constant pressure, normal temperature. And we use, of course, in our pump, we have high flow lobes.
That is standard,
no
okay.
pulsation, and the seeds not damaged.
Because of the pulsation-free pumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very gentle pumping of must and wine.
So what we heard at the beginning of the presentation was that we need really a slow and gentle pumping to make sure that the quality of the wine is still good. And I think that is exactly the point of the process where it is most important. The beginning where we have the grapes and have to make sure that peels and seeds are not damaged. Okay, so let's go through the process and have a look at fermentation and the transfer between. What is important about fermentation, and can you say something to the transfer? We already saw the gauge where we can see the flow of the medium.
The flow there, of course, but I show before in automatic work cycle. For example, during the explained before with pumping over. We can do automatic cycle. Of course, we have a better quality because I show in the glass no bubble, no. So it means less oxygen. This is its quality in future wine, and no foam. It's important during the pumping over. No oxygen, no foam, quality, and in wine in the end. Yeah.
So obviously it is really important to make sure that the process is gentle and stable, and of course to make sure that we have a high quality of the wine. And what I understood is that high quality of wine pumping means less oxygen and no foam.
It's important to control oxygen in the wine. It's really important. It's important for a winemaker know the quantity of oxygen present in the wine. And in the beginning of the process, when we don't have alcohol, we don't have extraction, it's really important, less oxygen for oxidation of the component of the future wine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So in that case, our VY series ensures that through the high flow lobes to make sure that we have the stable pumping. And what we saw on the second mode is the automatic work cycles, where we can do all the thing automatically and need less stuff. Really good. Next step where we can use the pump is barrique filling.
Yeah.
What is that? That is what we already saw.
Yeah.
So that was a live demonstration we already had.
Yeah, no pulsation, no vibration.
We saw that.
Constant pressure and constant suction, because we have the possibility to use the same process for the sucking from the barrel to tank. So we have the constant suction. It's really important during the process. And
with our wine pump, that is the first point here, we don't need a recirculation or bypass. We can directly transfer it.
When the barrel is finished or the tank is full, the pump is stopping.
Yeah, like we saw it. Yeah. Automatically.
Yeah.
Really good. So another example will be the storage or the cooling.
The cooling storage, where we have the system with the wine through in the pipe. We have a different corner. And we have a high pressure, and with constant pressure, the pump working very well with constant flow.
So in that case, that was a constant pressure mode on the right side of the screen. So there we have the option to make sure that the pressure will be stable. We have a constant flow. Really good. What is meant by integration in automated systems?
Yeah, it's possible to use the in a filter, for example. When we use the filter, we have when the filter is dirty, the pressure go up.
Okay.
With the automatic control pressure, we have a pressure, constant pressure, and when the pressure go up, the speed of pump
Will
go down.
Okay, so we have a full controllable pump just by putting some numbers inside, so you don't need any specific knowledge. Really user-friendly here. Okay, at the end of the process, bottling.
It's possible to connect the pump with plug with the bottling system, and the machine, they control our pump, and they give the switch on or switch off to give the liquid to filling the bottle.
So we can have a flow regulation.
Flow regulation, small footprint, no vibration.
Absolutely.
It's really important.
So that is, of course, when going from the storage into bottling, it is also really important that we have a constant, stable flow, because otherwise we would have the foam and all that stuff inside the bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is again, really important to have.
It's not the foam in the bottle, the foam in the little tank that fill the bottle.
Okay.
No air.
Yeah.
No.
So that we only have the product in the bottle. Yeah. And of course, there is a process between to separate the liquid from,
This is the particular application for our pump with no manual handling. We have the automatic system that take off the skin from the tank and use the screw and push in our pump, and then directly in the press. It's a really particular application.
Okay.
But it's possible with a little hopper integrated this pump with trolley. We can do the same system in a small winery, for example.
Okay. So there's only one application left, of course, at the beginning where we have to unload the tanker, or during the process where we have to load the tanker. Of course, that we can use our pump too.
Yeah.
Okay. And therefore, of course, that is what you already said. So we can fill the tanker and can fill it precisely, and it will stop automatically.
Stop automatically, but we can use the flow rate.
Yeah.
We use the flow meter in this case, because we want to give a correct quantity.
Yep.
And we load the truck, tank, and whatever. It's really important, the quantity, and during the transfer, the energy cost, because our pump are under the VFD.
Of course.
Yeah.
In that case, here on the flow on the chart, there is mentioned high flow rate. Of course, we have to make sure that we have a high flow rate to ensure that the process is fast, but to not damage the wine.
It's not damage the wine for the lobby.
Yep.
Our lobby high flow, it's okay. It's very smooth, the process. Sometimes the winery, they need the speed, high flow rate, high flow rate, but in the same time they won't give the quality of wine during the transfer and the process.
So better to do it a minute slower to ensure the quality of the wine. Okay, so we will have a look at the applications again, and I think what is typically clear for all of you, we have roughly 7 or 8 different applications where we can use our mobile wine card. So we can use it for all of the applications by just transferring the wine card to all the different applications. Yep. And what is absolutely clear is that we can handle all of these applications with our pump. So lots of applications in a winery where we can tackle and where we go inside. So our wine pump is really good, useful for all of these applications here.
Wherever in a different part of our winery, we can use the pump. It's possible.
Fine. Okay, so to finish that one here, in general, you have to choose the perfect pump in a winery. We saw some nice features of our pump. Can you explain the advantages of a low pump in general in that case?
Yeah, in generally, we have, of course, different advantages, like no pulsation.
Yeah, we heard that.
No vibration. It's really important during the process, but really important, less oxygen.
Yeah.
For the winemaker, the oxygen is really important during the process. It's really important in the end of the process. For example, before the bottling of wine, we check really, the people check the oxygen present in the wine, and then they don't want during the process more oxygen. Okay,
So that is really a really important point
really
here.
important.
Okay, we have to remember that.
It's a good point when we make a transfer the wine tank to tank, or it's really important.
Okay.
Of course, the regulation of flow rate with under inverter.
Frequency converter. Yeah. That is also equipped.
Yeah. Of course, we can.
We saw that we can handle the speed. Yeah.
And of course, high flow rate with a small dimension. This is I think is 136, 140, maybe around 800 hectoliter per hour.
And the pump is, you saw it during the live presentation. The whole unit is roughly 1.5 meters wide and has a length of 1.5. So it is really a compact design, and we can handle the high flow rates if we would like to, but we have to keep an eye on oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, flexibility of the pump. We can move it wherever in the winery. Easy maintenance, quick service.
Quick service, yeah. So that is a standard VY series, and of course you know how to remove the cover where you can easily have access to the lobes. That is of course equipped here as well.
Yeah.
So in general, the rotary lobe pump has lots of advantages in winery, and even in our design with the whole cover and the VFD included, we can have the best
motor
solution.
Control.
Yeah. Okay, so to sum that up for all of you at home, with our wine pump, we can save labor costs with the automatic mode, because the pump is doing the job completely automatically. We can ensure the high quality of the wine, because we have less oxygen and less foam inside, because of our really, really stable pumping process and less pulsation. We can even fill the bottles and the barrels fast, because of the rotary lobe technology. And of course, we can save the energy costs, because our pumps are really efficient. We have the quick service equipped as standard in Vogelsang pumps, and what we saw during the live demonstration, a really user-friendly control. So I think after a few minutes of training, you can easily handle the pump.
It's very easy. Yeah.
Do you offer some training sessions?
Yeah, of course. When we deliver the pump of the customer, somebody like me or other colleagues, we explain the pump during the, we give the pump.
Okay, so like a live demonstration at the customer.
Demonstration at the customer, explain everything. We support the customer in the beginning.
Of course, really helpful.
It's very, very easy. It's very easy to...
I think most of the customers will easily understand the control, and that's of course a huge topic. Nobody wants to operate with a control. He needs to learn for several hours. So it was really user-friendly, what we saw here. In that case, we had some examples here. So we saw all the advantages. Let's prove if we can handle that at a customer. So what we see here is one of our wine pumps in a winery in Italy.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you to explain some backgrounds. What was the story behind that?
Yeah, this is a particular application in the winery. We transfer the wine from tank to tank, but in far side. It's very, very far, about 300, 400 meters, with a big tank. Okay. About 1,000 hectoliter. So when the wine go up inside the tank, we have a high pressure.
The pressure will increase, yeah.
Okay. Normally, the customer they have the piston pump.
Okay, a different pump type, yeah.
Yeah, it's very different pump
Mhm.
type, and with high vibration and pulsation. And during the process, sometimes the hose they have a really vibration, and sometimes the connector take care of from the valve, and the wine sprayed everywhere.
Okay, because of the vibration of the pump principle of the
Yeah.
piston pump. Okay.
Yeah.
So
But the solution, it was our pump.
of course, we
Yeah.
see the picture here on
Yeah.
the right side of the slide. So that is where we installed our wine pump
Yeah.
instead of the piston pump.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, we heard a lot of benefits and advantages here. Can you sum up what the benefits are in comparison from our wine pump?
Of course, no pulsation, free pumping.
So there is no more pipe?
No more pipe broken. No
Okay.
more, okay, the branch from the valve. Of course, better quality in the end in the wine.
Absolutely. Because again, of the pulsation-free pumping, we have less oxygen, what we understood.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah,
Possibility to use the pump in different application. It is not just in this application particularly.
so they ask us to dismount the piston pump and place our wine pump.
Yeah.
And they could, of course, use the wine pump in all different applications in that case.
Yeah.
Okay, really good. So I think there are, of course, some more customer experiences available. We can, of course, attach them at the end of the presentation. So for all of you at home, after having the knowledge about the pump, of course, we need some material to show. And our Italian colleagues already established a lot of information here, what is already ready. So the wine pump landing page is already ready, so you can send a link and get directly to the landing page. We have the mailing material available, so lots of mailings and stuff where you can get interest or handle interest. We have the brochure available, what you can see here on the right side of the screen. So the flexible and modern solution for your winery with our wine pump. Lots of pictures and videos are available for you. And we saw it at the beginning, product movie and teaser. Really nice movie here in that case is also available. And of course, at the end of the day, documentation like manual instructions, technical data is already finished.
Yep.
So we can start to have this product down there in the market. Regarding technical data, I would like to show some information what we can handle with our pumps. So we have different sizes of the VY series, what you can see here on the slide. Of course, we have different flow rates. So in liters per minute and cubic meters per hour, we can handle from 400 to 2,000 liters per minute, what is equal to 25 cubes per hour up to 120. And we can handle differential pressures of up to, let's say 8 to 9 bar in that case. Mostly during pumping wine. Do you know where the pressure is?
It's enough for 4 bar.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Okay.
Or 5 bar, it's enough.
So mostly that is the maximum. And of course, the ball passage is a really important topic here. We have the grapes and the seeds, and of course, we would not like to damage them. So we need to ensure that the ball passage is big enough. And of course, we have the maximum rotation speed here. But what you learned at the beginning, we should start slowly and increase the rotation speed to make sure that the flow is always constant and stable. What does that mean in pumping different parts during the wine process? We have wine and liquid must, the grapes, of course.
Great. Yeah.
We have the steams and different other materials at the end of the day. And that is just an information for you. You will get this slide afterwards and can have a look at how much of the different medium during the applications we can handle with our pumps.
Yeah.
So technical data is also ready. That was what we saw here. And at the end of the day, we would like to do a small summarize here. Our wine pump comes with really compact dimensions, and we have the availability to move this mobile version of the pump with the kite to anywhere on the plant where it needs to be used. We have one of the most important points I got from this presentation. We need to reduce the oxygenation to keep all the aromas inside to make the wine quality as high as possible. We have the possibility of transport lots of different materials like grapes and seeds without having the foam. And of course, for the user of the pump, we have the quick service, and we can save energy and labor costs as well. So lots of really, really nice advantages here for our wine pump, all equipped in one single product. So at the end of the day, I think most of the advantages are typically clear. And right now, I would like to ask you all watching us here to ask your questions in the chat, or if you have even done that, we will answer that shortly. So take your time and write some questions, and we will start to answer the questions shortly. Yeah.
The first question is, what is the flow rate range?
The flow rate range. We already saw that on one of the last slides.
Yeah, I think so.
So from 25 to 120 cubic meters per hour, what is equal to 400 to 2,000 liters per minute.
Yeah.
So a wide range that is to fit nearly all applications, right? Or do we need more?
But it depends of how big the winery.
Sure.
Okay,
So
they can choose the small winery. They can work with a small pump, maximum 300 hectoliter.
Yep.
Okay. Or the big winery can use the big flow rate, like 500 hectoliter, maximum 800 hectoliter.
Would you say that our pumps here in the wine pump are big enough to handle small, medium-sized, and the big wineries? Or is it more for some specific sizes?
It's important question because it depends. If we want to use it in different application in a small winery, they can move the pump wherever in the winery. Okay. For example, it's with the same pump you can do the transfer the wine, but at the same time we can filling the barrel. But with big pump in a flow rate big pump, okay. Maybe we didn't do the filling the barrel.
Yep.
Okay. So it depend of the how big. It's really important the application.
And we have the different sizes available.
Yeah.
So if you have any further questions to the technical data, of course we will send all the links to the technical data as well, so you can have a closer look to that.
All right, the next question is, do we need a certificate in order to pump wine for human consumption?
Claudio, do we need some FDA documentation or stuff like that?
Yes, of course. Everything is, we have the certified.
Yeah.
In lobby.
Okay.
For example, FDA certified. And the component are inside the guideline.
Okay.
EHDAG.
Yep.
And everything, the component is for food.
So we have these documentations available.
Yeah.
So if some customers are asking for that, we can pass
it's possible to give this. Yeah.
Really good.
Can you estimate what our advantages are against the competition technology?
Yeah. This is it's a good question, but at the moment it's very different technology.
So what I understood is there is no competition right now in rotary low pumps.
No. I think we don't have the constructor. They do the lobby pump for the winery.
What we saw is a piston pump.
Piston pump or centrifugal pump, peristaltic pump.
So we compete against different function principles.
Yeah.
And what we saw is that in comparison to most of these different pumping principles, we have a smaller footprint and we have the more stable process.
Yeah.
And of course, quick service. Don't forget quick service, of course. Even when there is some wear or stuff like that, we can handle that really fast. So I would go with quick service, stable pumping, and really compact and mobile version.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
So lots of advantages against competition. Competition means right now what we understood is that we are competing against different pump types.
Yeah, it's very different, completely different system of pumping applied in the wine.
Is there some material available?
It's not traditional system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there some material available to see why we are better in comparison to a piston pump or some other pump types?
Sorry?
Is there some material available, some documentation?
Yes, we have.
Is
We have the video. We can show the different system of pumping.
Okay.
We can show this video, and it's possible understand the process.
So as well, we will enclose that in our mailing at the end of the webinar, where you can have access to all the necessary informations.
Okay, when it comes to pricing, do we have competitive pricing as well?
Of course, we have a competitive pricing. Otherwise, we would not offer the pump. In that case, to having some details on pricing, I would refer to the price list that is also available. We should not talk about that right now. Again, you will get the price list as well to get an insight where we are. And I think we will, of course, be competitive in that case.
Yeah.
What kind of wineries in sizes can this pump be placed?
So that was something that we have already shortly discussed during the presentation. So you said that in the small wineries, you can have one of these cards and transfer it to every application.
Yeah.
For the bigger ones, can you give some numbers? What is a small winery? What is a big winery? Are there some rough numbers of production amount or stuff like that?
Of course, it depends the application of the winery, how big. Normally, the big winery, they produce about 15,000 hectoliter of wine. It's a big winery, okay?
Yep.
And so they have the different pump in different position, okay?
Yep.
They don't move it.
So they are big enough
Yeah.
to have one pump at each part of the application, but that can either be our pump, just not a mobile version, that one just equipped at the one application.
Yeah.
And for the smaller one, we can pass it around.
Yeah. In a small winery, a little bit different because they have less money, maybe.
Of course.
And then with one pump, they can move it wherever.
So they have to buy one pump and can use it in the whole process.
Yeah.
So yeah, the answer to that is that we can use a pump from small to big wineries. And the bigger the winery is, the more single units it can have in all the application step. And if not, they can transfer it to all the single application steps, one after the other. Fine.
No more questions from the chat.
No more questions? Okay. So if you have some additional questions in that case, maybe in the next minutes or today or tomorrow or in the next weeks, Claudio will be there to answer your questions. So here we have Claudio's phone number and your mailing address, because right now you are responsible for the wine pump in Italy. So if you have some questions, feel free to call or mail Claudio your questions, and he will pass you the information or will describe how the wine pump works. For all official documents, please wait until we mail after the webinar with all the documentation like technical data, price list, and all the other material. And if you need some photos or pictures, feel free to ask marketing, and they will help you to get the perfect image or the perfect picture to present the wine pump in your country. So in that case, we are here to help you. You are here to help the people. And in that case, everything is clear. Really great product that you have built there. And in that case, thank you very much for joining in the webinar. And again, if something is unclear, feel free to contact us to handle the wine pump in your country. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.